I'm Burniston, the designer of Pop-It-Ups products for Elizabeth Craft Designs, and today I'll be teaching how to make this. This is the assembly video for die number 1207, the Twist Circle pop-up die. What you're getting with the Twist Circle is a great all-purpose generic pop-up die. It really has no theme whatsoever. You can decorate it any way you want. It comes with some nice circle decorator pieces, but of course you can start trading those out and combining those with other dies and embellishments in your collection. There are 7 dies in the set, and 5 of them are decorator dies. So this large circle here is a 3-inch diameter circle, and then it goes down from there. The next one down actually has some decorative stitch lines in it. Then you've got one that makes this really cool kind of beaded ring. I'm going to cut that one, so I'll set that aside. We've got one here that just cuts another solid circle, and then the smallest one is a circle that actually cuts the word hi out of the middle. And I would like to have out of orange my ring circle and my word hi. So I'm going to nest those together and cut them at the same time. Pop-It-Ups dies can be cut in all of the major die cutting machines. Today I am actually using a Sizzix Big Shot. So I just need to pop that paper out of the die, and then you take a look here at this decorative ring, and then I've also got the piece that does the word hi, which is actually a knockout of another circle. And what I want to do is nest those together, so I've cut the knockout again out of a lighter green cardstock. I really do like to include enough pieces in every die set so that right out of the packaging you've got what you need to make a cool card. So even if you add nothing else to this card, you've got all these really cool circles that layer together so nicely. With the hi, I could either leave it as a knockout or I can inlay in another color. Now I have the circle done, and it's time to do the twist. Card size is always up to you with Pop-It-Ups dies. And my card today is a standard A2, so that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 when folded. And I'm just going to use the alignment nubs that are on the pop-up die to line it right up over the fold. You can see those nubs there on either side of the die. Those can go anywhere along the fold, so placement's always up to you. I've decided just to center it today. So this die is going to cut the base of the structure, and it's going to cut it right into the card, which makes it so easy. It's not something that you have to glue in on the fold and try and keep in there with strong adhesive. It's basically just going to be integrated into the card. We're going to fold that in a second, but first I want to go ahead and cut my arm. So there's another die that comes with the set that cuts the top half of the platform, and that's what this piece is here. I tend to just cut it out of the same color as my card. This die will also cut and score, and the 3 score lines that are in this piece, the first one's just right up the middle. And when you find that and fold it on the score line, what you're going to notice is the 2 halves actually don't go over the top of each other. It creates a V shape, or maybe even an A, whichever way you want to look at it. And there's also score lines out on the end to make the tabs. This platform is going to work the best if you fold those right on those score lines. So take a second to make sure that you found the score lines and you're not eyeing it. It's definitely going to work better if you've got those folds exactly where the score lines tell you to fold. Now let me fold the base of the platform. I like to fold the card in both directions. I find the center fold in both directions. And then what I'm looking to do is find the X folds. And the easiest way to do that is to see on each side you've got one box cut. See, it's a box cut on this side. And on the other side, it's a straight cut. See, you want to fold towards the box cut because that's really the only way it's going to want to come away from the card on the diagonal. So you'll be able to see the score lines, and so that you're not eyeing it, you're actually folding right on the score lines, and then right back into position again. Let's go to the other side. See, I've got a straight side here. The box is on the other. I always want to train it towards the box side. So again, I'm going to find the score lines, I'm going to pinch that down and work those folds. Now everything gets to come right back into position again. Then I'm going to open the card. Because I've trained those folds, if I press in the middle, those 2 ends are going to want to naturally come up. And that's really what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to have the 2 sides kind of fold into the card. Just like that. Give it a really good press. And that is all there is to it. That is the base of the twisting circle platform. Now for the arm, what it's going to do is each tab is going to hook behind one of the box sides of the platform from end to end. So the adhesive actually goes up underneath the tab. It does not have to be glue. It could just as easily be a glue dot or some tape. Something strong I would recommend because this card's going to be open and closed about 100 times by the lucky recipient. But you want the fold in the tab to be right in the fold of the box there. So on the platform, get that fold in the fold and just pinch it into position. So you're going to see that that arm actually has a travel to it, and it travels from lower right to upper left. Just the way it's cut, it's actually cut kind of on a diagonal. So the other tab is going to come up and fit on the other flat portion of that platform. So the adhesive's going to go up underneath the tab, then you're just going to bring it over to that other little flat part of the platform, get the fold in the fold, so it's real important that the fold is right in the fold. Just go in there and hold it until your glue sets up. Should have the fold right in the fold. So as you look at this finished platform, you'll notice that that arm travels from the upper left part of the platform to the lower right part of the platform, and then it will collapse down when you open and close the card. Very generic little platform. Anything that you put on that platform is going to twist up into place as the card is opened and closed. Obviously, it comes with these cool circles, and so that's what I'm going to use today, but think about all of the different things that you could use on that platform. It really is very generic. Now, since the pop-up is pulled right out of the background paper, you do need a backing card for the twist circle. So what I've decided to do is use a little bit larger backing card. So I've decided to go with a 4.5 by 6 inch card and just center in my inner card into that and glue it in. So when the card is done, it'll be a larger than an A2 card, but still small enough to fit in an A7 envelope and mail for a single stamp. You do not have to use glue for this. Tape will work just as well, but I do suggest working just 1/2 at a time. So I've got 1/2 of my pop-up card with the glue on the back, then I'm just making sure it's centered in the fold of the backing card, press it on to adhere it. The other half is even easier because it's already now in the card, so it's just a matter of adding the glue or the tape to the back of the pop-up card, just holding it down and closing the card against the exposed adhesive. Now comes the fun part of adding the circle onto the front of the platform. I just need some glue or tape right to that front half of the platform, and then I can just stick my circle to it. Now, you may want to kind of give it a little test in the closed position to make sure that you're putting it at a height that it's still going to be hidden by the card. I happen to know that this card's pretty large. It's going to be large enough to put that circle pretty high on the platform and still have it be within the limits of the card. So that's the only adjustment you would have to make, is how high or how low you put your circle depending on how wide your card is to hide it. So some cards just beg to be opened and closed, and this is one of them. I think you're going to really enjoy opening and closing this and just watching that circle kind of twist up into position. You can also use the pieces that come in the die to decorate the background. I'm using the ring piece here, cut it a few times out of a dark green cardstock, cut each one of those rings in half, and now I'm just making an interesting corner decoration for the interior of my card. Now, the only place you have to watch your decoration is right where the edge of the circle hits the card as it's being closed. Right in that position would be a spot where you would not want a catch point. In other words, a place where the edge of the circle could hit that item as it's closing. That doesn't mean you can't have something dimensional there. It just means that it needs to be smooth in the area where that circle first hits the card. So if you're putting a label there that has your greeting on it, or you're going to put something on a pop dot, just have a nice smooth surface right where that circle is going to hit it. For my card today, I decided, hey, I've got a light enough background. I'm just going to stamp my greeting right onto the background, and then I don't have to worry about a catch point at all. This is part of the Just a Note clear stamps, and I'm going to use those again for the Just a Note to Say on the front of the card. I mostly just used the same circles as the inside, but I did need one additional circle size, so I took that out of the Labels and Circles die set. And this die set was designed to coordinate nicely with the twist circle to give you a few more circle sizes. There's also some nice big labels to use on the fronts of cards, even on the pop-up or for greetings. Only other things I did inside was to add a ribbon bow, glossy accents to the word hi, and colored my greeting. So just a really simple, quick card here. Quick little hi, enjoy your day card. It's going to fold nice and flat. It's going to mail for a single stamp, but you get so much cool dimension on it. So let's look at a few more ideas. Here's one that I made. It's a winter themed card. And up on the twist circle, I've made a Pinterest inspired stacked snowman. Let's look at some ideas from the design team. This one's by Frances Byrne, and she put Poppy the Owl up on the twist circle, but then still used the little hi that comes in the set for the greeting. Stamped greetings are going to work great on the twist circle, and Karen Aiken made this spooky card. I love her little glittered raven. I love this feminine look that Raquel Mason made by layering up some flowers and butterflies and vines onto the twist circle. Sandy Diller used the twist circle to be the moon, and then she added Midnight the Bat and some of the other bats from the Halloween collection and the iron fence in the background. You can make some pretty quick and easy and dynamic Christmas cards by using the twist circle, as Karen Aiken has done here. And you really don't need much. Here's one by Kelly Booth in a Halloween theme where she just used one of those labels, stamped it, inked it, added a bat, and she's done. For where to buy information, check in the About section right below this YouTube video, or you can go to the associated blog post. You can follow me on Facebook, Karen Burniston Designer, where you'll be treated to daily inspiration. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel, and you'll always find more ideas on my blog, KarenBurniston.com. Thanks for watching.